Alright, probably about live. Trying a new angle. Hopefully this works. This is me. Perfect. I'm liking this angle. Alright, we're good to go. Alright, probably about live. Trying a... Yeah, that's me watching myself. Alright, let's copy, put this on the interwebs. Alright. Exactly, I know. Podcast. I gotta crack open my LaCroix for the day. I'm actually out of LaCroix, so that's sad. But it's probably for the best. Let me get this on Schoology and I guess send it out on Remind and everything too. Just to make sure that we got people ready to go. Missing the complete thing. Attach. Bam. 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 And bam. Posted. I know, I'm at a distance because this is how it works. Got the desk, it looks real good. Perfect to go. Apparently it's covering on the live one side. So I can go that way. Let's see if that fixes it. Ugh. I know. I wonder if this is going to fix that. Who knows yet? Yeah, the decorations are great. I got my guys out. Got Teddy, Max, Bernard, and King Neptune out, ready to go. Ready to make sure that the world is safe from not having baseball. Yeah. Mosley's got a whole show now. That's how it works. Ready to go. That's the plan right now. From the All-Star, I had to get this extended cord out, and now it's late night with Mr. Mosley. Except it's also noon. It might be late night for some of you high school kids who are now staying up until this time of the day, and then sleeping from 5 p.m. to whenever you wake up, 2 a.m. But yeah. Gross. Hair. Yes, Bernard Sanders. He's in the inner circle right now. Surprisingly didn't bring a certain other bobblehead home. Who knows? These aren't even bobbleheads anyways. These are Funko Pops. That's the word I'm looking for. But, yeah, hopefully you guys are entertaining your time right now, doing fun things. I guess it's theoretically Fun Friday as well. It is Friday as far as I know. I'm using my time by... it's hard to see now, but I'm on Twitter. They're doing a virtual NCAA wrestling tournament. Some random guy just is doing it. He's posting his predictions This dude is sleeping hardcore on Virginia Tech, though. I'm also wearing my Flow Wrestling shirt right now for some of you guys. It's black on black, so it's impossible to see, but whatever. This guy's sleeping hard on Virginia Tech. Such a travesty. Yeah, today's discussion, pretty much all the discussions on, if you've seen like late night now, all the late night hosts are doing things from their houses now. Not a huge fan of how Jimmy Fallon decorated his house. He's trying to be cool. He's not. And then I unfortunately cannot get Lin-Manuel Miranda on my show, so we won't see that. Midges is Mr. Midget posted. I haven't seen much today on the Twitter. I haven't been on it a long time. There you go. Nice Claire doing the Let's Go from Drake, getting stuff done. Sportsmanship awards. Gotta get things accomplished. That's a great thing. Again, the biggest part about this whole thing is staying active, not doing nothing. That's the biggest thing. Being productive in this time period of whatever we're doing. But there actually has been, I don't want to say good news theoretically, but positive news about Corona stuff right now. They apparently ran the coronavirus through one of the biggest supercomputers in the world, and they found 77 compounds they think could potentially fight it. So you have to test those now. I'm really hoping one of them is Pamplemousse LaCroix, because that would be super convenient for me if this stopped coronavirus. Who is As Flowery? Because I don't know what that is. It looks like a K-pop logo. You probably should do it, Claire. If that's a question. Probably should do your SEA stuff, get stuff done. Like, I've told you guys this before, it's why I collect, like, Cornell notes and focus notes from you guys. Sometimes Avid has, like, a CCI where you have to prove you're doing Avid stuff throughout the year. And, that's a thing I'm probably going to start working on, like, finishing up now. Except they also kind of just said they might cancel it, so who knows. Maybe that thing will get canceled, like how everything seems to be getting kind of canceled, like SOLs aren't canceled yet, but getting approval for it, all those kinds of stuff. Hello, Shamir. So do you guys have any topics, questions, things you would like me to discuss? I'm really liking lots of passion project things. And to be honest, lots of people, like I joke that, but it helps. If you look at stuff that kids are passionate about, it can really help refocus school too. So I mean, lots of the things are ultimately like cooking and guitar and life skills and all this stuff, and those are important things for kids. And that's kind of what it sounds weird to say, but kind of lots of you guys are seniors, sorry, but lots of the school is looking like it's moving to that. That is definitely JoJo, who's Lumpia Cracker. Jesus, JoJo, come on. So the math and English SOLs are not canceled yet, technically. JoJo, you wouldn't have to take a English SOL. But they're requesting them to be canceled. To be honest. They're requesting them because they have to get federal approval to get them out. basically just to say that we don't need it, because there's something called, when there was lots more SOL testing, it was No Child Left Behind, was federal funding tied standardized testing to the federal funding pretty much. But now there are different things. The Every Student Succeeds Act is ESSA. There's ESSA standards, so you got to look at different things that you can do for ESSA. And so they basically have to say, hey, can we void ESSA for this year? Because, not really void, but the standardized testing parts of it this year because, well, the coronavirus. So they got to look at that before doing anything. Well, they have to basically request a waiver. Like how if you guys are absent too long, lots of you guys know about that, they request waivers to make sure you don't fail. They do waivers to make sure that we cannot do testing. Cinnamon rolls, great idea. Cooking, like I said, cooking has been probably the main topic I've seen on the Passion Project. People want to learn how to do better cooking. Great idea, like I've said before. I'm very bad at it. Not good. I can cook, like, when I first started cooking in college, yeah, that's when I started cooking. I, was so worried about it. Like, I could barely make scrambled eggs, and I felt sick after making them. So, don't put yourself in a position when you're in college making yourself sick from scrambled eggs. Learn now. Practice makes perfect. I can make pretty good scrambled eggs now. And I can bake, because baking is just following directions. You just put the exact amount in, and it works perfectly. So Amaya, great question about making up the physical hours in the classroom. The hopeful answer is the same as the SOLs. Hopefully they get waived. We are in a national state of emergency. We're in a state state of emergency. We're in a local state of emergency because of the coronavirus. So hopefully those get waived and we don't have to make up the days. That is the ultimate goal. Is that how it is right now? Not necessarily. Their answer is... The answer is there is no real answer yet because we don't know what the end goal is. So we see, well, not end goal, but end is, hopefully it is the 30th, but maybe not considering the CDC just recommended there's an 8-week nobody there. So we'll see. But hopefully the days get waived. I can't say anything because that is so many pay grades above me. I'm a lonely teacher, and there are... 20 grades above me, probably. So, theoretically, to comment on Shamira's thing where she submitted a YouTube channel, thank you for making one. But I'm also pretty sure that with your school Gmail account, you should have a YouTube channel. Not sure if that's true or not, though, to be honest. Not a real clue. Cooking is not just baking. You can't just follow directions. There's a little more stuff. I really don't like burning myself. So I don't like ovens and stovetops and fire and flames. Not a huge fan of burning myself. That stopped me from cooking for a long time. I also, when I was in high school, I took electronics my freshman year. Did not like using a soldering iron. I did all the bookwork and the senior soldered my stuff for me when I was a freshman. It was great. To answer those two things that just popped up, Mickey, not yet really. For that, there are ideas and people proposing that anyone who has to work during this time period should get paid more because they're basically working in an area of... They're putting themselves in slight danger for the coronavirus right now, but that does not mean right now that you would get emergency pay right now. That has not been approved yet. The break is not extended yet, Claire. No one has said they will probably, if they do, they would make a decision probably by early next week. It has not been, we are going back right now, March 30th. March 30th is when they're going back. unless things change, and if they do, they'll let you know probably early next week. Yeah, that's the problem. I don't like burning myself, Angelino. Burning myself is not fun. I do not enjoy it. That's one of the big things that stopped me from cooking for a long time. Battle scars. That's a great way to put it. Looks cool too. Checking back in with the virtual NCAA wrestling tournament on my phone right now. This dude's sleeping so hardcore on Virginia Tech. It's just rude. There's no idea what he's talking about. To go over this stuff again. This is Max Scherzer, baseball pitcher extraordinaire. This is Teddy Roosevelt, the president. This is from the Nationals do basically a racing presidents thing. He's one of the racing presidents. Kind of like a mascot, but the real mascot Screech, the eagle. This is Bernie Sanders. Relevant time one right now. Did not bring home the Trump or Hillary one for some reason. This one right here is King Neptune, putting a little Virginia Beach spin on it. Yeah, that's the right area. So that's who that is. Tell CJ hi. Yeah, right now we are... right now we are basically waiting. Hopefully June 13th at 1:30 p.m. is exactly when you graduate. Hopefully we get to announce the names, and nothing's changed so far. Any stock tip purchases, Mr. Barnyard Dog, maybe in the future. HD, if you guys don't know, I bought some stock in Home Depot recently, and it then crashed $20 per share, and now it's raising up, so maybe we'll be good later. Who knows? Betsy DeVos. Well, that is literally 20 minutes ago. Bam, perfect. That looks great, Claire. Claire just sent me an article basically saying that Betsy DeVos said any state who requires a waiver will get it. So yeah, we're not going to have the reading and writing SOL, our reading and math SOL test this year. So that's a good thing. Oh yeah, no SOLs, because there's probably not enough to care. Quite a few people who have heard me say before, I don't like SOLs. They are not an accurate testing of learning. They are not great. Project-based learning is the future for all you administrators who are looking at this stuff. But that's cool. Pumped about that, to be honest. Oh yeah, I was laughing for sure at the little stock investment thing. I lost a little bit of money right now on it. Not gonna lie. Hopefully it goes back up. We'll see how that's one of the things I put on the list of things you can look into is stock investing, because that is one of the things I'm currently doing. Is looking into investing, because I should probably have ability to retire at some point in my life. Yeah. But who knows? Bubbly is not better than LaCroix at all. That is just insane. Are you so mad the SOLs got canceled, Claire? What are you mad about? But yeah, LaCroix is way better. It's just a mistake. Yeah, you can't rewind. You have to wait for the YouTube videos to basically Archive is the word. Yeah, archive. They archive them at the end, and then it'll be there eventually. They archive at the end of every live go. 100% JoJo. That's the bad part about this. You have to. Part of the ESSA standards is you have to pass one math SOL for all you freshmen and sophomores. Have to pass one math SOL when you're in high school. So that one math SOL now is whatever next year's is. You will have to... Yep, Algebra 2, I believe for you, JoJo, is what it is. So, you will take Algebra 2, or they might even at this point, I don't know, basically, if they would let you go back and take like Algebra 1 or Geometry 1 as well and see what happens in the year, can't really answer that question, to be honest. So, I'm gonna address Claire's comment that she's kind of that they had to take, because like last year, if you guys don't know or don't remember, most of you do because most of you seniors, during the writing SOL, the computers crashed, and it didn't save essays for some people, and it kind of went crazy and all this stuff. So yeah, not cool. I wouldn't necessarily be mad about it. Like, there's lots of people, like, I think it's in my same vein, I'm talking about this guy right here, who say, why should student loan debt be canceled when I already paid off my student loans? Or why should student loan debt be forgiven when I paid for my college? Basically, just because stuff happens to you doesn't mean it should also happen to other people. It's about saying, okay, this sucks for everyone, pretty much, not just for that. So it's not a big, like, it does suck that you had to take them and then these kids get waived, but it's not much you can do about it. I bet you by the end of this, lots of these kids would rather take an SOL test that crashed than be exposed to a pandemic, to be honest. But yeah, we'll see what happens with all the SOL testing and all of this stuff and all the craziness that is going on in our world right now. But yeah, they are pretty much officially canceled at this point, the SOLs. Breaking back in on wrestling. Insane. This no one, not a good one. Bad choices here. This guy's just sleeping on Virginia Tech. I'm just throwing it out there over and over again. All right. Any other questions, comments, concerns? I can talk about Bernie Sanders more. Who knows? I could talk about how I'm sad I don't get to watch baseball right now. I laughed at the fact that another teacher joined and asked me a stock tip is what I laughed at, to be honest. Because I've been joking with him about stock tips for a while. And, yeah, that's what I laughed at, seeing someone else join. Right now you would. We'll see how this affects them in the future as well. I did see, because I know all you guys are going very much stressed out about things with your senior year and graduation and all those things. But I saw one comment. It was by Miss Flip posted it, I think. Basically saying that it does suck, but you now have one of the most interesting senior years ever. You get to tell a story of how your senior year was, and it's not going to be the normal story that most people have. My senior year, I walked across the stage, I did stuff, sure, but there's no. I was like, all right, it's done. You guys have an all new story, an all new adventure, and all new things, and it might not be the most fun thing now, but it'll be memorable in the future. Yeah, that was Mr. Barnhart. If you guys had him for 7th grade, I think, PE at Larkspur Middle School, some of you seniors might have. He made you do the cha-cha slide and the got electric shuffle over and over again, probably. So, to answer JoJo's question, the NHSCA tournament for wrestling, which we help set up mats for and help pay for camps for kids for, is right now pushed back until the end of May, and we'll see if it gets completely canceled or not. We'll see. They're not trying to change all things yet, but it's very possible. So we'll see about that. We did move the March one that is literally supposed to start next week until May, though. So, who knows completely what's going on with that. Taking a picture to send to someone right now of me on the screen. So, A, it wasn't actually a bat. It was a pangolin, from what I understand. Which is a different type of animal, for one thing. B, hopefully one of the big things I think from this will be, because I already see it going on a lot, is people talking about helping out community members and people talking about coming together and supporting those in need right now. I hope it's more of a collectivist society at the end where we help each other out more so. We can also see lots of cool things going on with people helping each other out, like basically, especially now people in the service industry, because restaurants are closing down, bars are closing down, all these things are closing down. Oh, I just realized why you said a what. A pangolin's a different type of animal than a bat. It's also conjecture completely. Pangolin is like I want to say it's almost like an armadillo. Yeah, it's kind of like an armadillo. But that is also, again, conjecture, 100%. Like I just read, like I typed in the animal's name, and it said, like, in Gabon, they're cutting out, because apparently they ate pangolin there too. Gabon's in Africa. And they basically are cutting out pangolin, but who knows what really caused it. So, Amaya, that's a great idea. You should literally basically, so Amaya, for that, the decorating caps due to graduation thing, message that to Dr. Aaron Spence, your school superintendent. Do it politely, do it properly, and the answer is much more of a maybe than it was a few weeks ago, for sure. Because they were pretty dead set on that not happening, but talk to them, and the answer might be maybe or yes, hopefully. So to answer Fuchs' question, if you guys don't know, you have to go to school 182 days or a 900 something, I don't know, seat hours to officially graduate per year, not per 4 years. That's one of the things that if they waive the school days, they would waive. Because that's pretty much what they waive. That the requirement for you guys to be there for that many days. So we'll see what they do with that. Again, it's still up in the air. I don't have a full answer. The hope is that they would waive the days, but I can't guarantee it. If they didn't waive the days, I don't know what school would look like when we came back. To be honest, if we come back on the 30th, there would be a shot that they didn't waive it. But if we're moving past the 30th, I honestly, in my personal opinion, that's not connected to VB schools or Kempsville High School or anyone else, can't imagine how they wouldn't waive it if we had to extend this break. Because it would be impossible to make up the days unless we went in the summer, and they've pretty much seemed like they don't want to do that at all. So we'll see. But the answer is pretty much, I don't think they're going to have them. I can't save you, Angelina, from your siblings. What I do think is a great idea, just tell CJ, do a bunch of burpees, knock out the energy. It'll be good to go. Lots of burpees for CJ. Tell him Coach Mosley said it's good to go. Lots of burpees. Tell him to knock out about 100. Empty. "4 years and one virus later." God, what was that show that had the virus on it and stuff like that? I know there's the Pandemic Netflix thing. But what are other ones that are? I guess the show was a show on HBO. It was I should definitely know this. Was it Chernobyl? I should have known that. That was easy. But Chernobyl is about a nuclear things. So again, yeah, the pretty much with viruses like this, no one really knows how they start. It's the same thing of kind of like how fires. Unless someone's there to see it, you basically look at stuff and look at how it was made and investigate where you think the start was in a house. That's what fire investigators do. They look for where the key things are and start investigating. So people think that it might have been from they have some live animal markets in China and other places where basically you can get wild animals to eat, and it's more normal there, and it's not like a weird thing. It's just what they eat. And these wild animals, sometimes the issue is when you have a domesticated animal like a cow or a pig or whatever, you can usually control them and what they're exposed to. I mean, there were obviously mistakes with that. Like, you guys weren't around. Well, you guys weren't around alive, but you weren't probably paying attention to the news when mad cow disease was a thing amongst domesticated cows, and it was causing a whole stir and panic. But that's another example of how domesticated animals can. So people think it might have come from some animals in the live animal marketing spreading. And so that is potentially the case. That's what they think might have caused it. That is also where they think the SARS virus came from, which is a different type of coronavirus. So, but pretty much now, China has put a full ban on any of those live game markets like that. So, hopefully that is a lesson learned. But that's also still, like I said, a conjecture, a guess. No one really 100% knows where the things come from. They know it has an animal origin, but they don't know exactly how it spread from there. Mr. Brown is working out in his garage and apparently has 2 wasps in there with him. A good thing to work out with. Would I take the money to inject myself with corona? I mean, probably, to be honest. I would be in a controlled setting, and I kind of, so they'd be able to put me on stuff like a ventilator if I needed it and things like that. And like another thing that we don't know yet, honestly, to be truthful, is I thought they don't seem to know if you can get corona twice or not, to be honest. They don't really know that. So I don't know if it would cause an immunity to it or not. If it did, I would for sure do it. Because, again, I am young, relatively healthy, and they would put me in a quarantine environment and do it for me. So, I mean, probably. Got to answer that question. To be honest here. It's not that I need the money for sure with that. I just think that it would help with testing, and it would potentially get me immunity, even though I don't know if that's true. Also, potentially, help with the whole curing this faster thing is probably important. But hey, I wouldn't turn down the thousands of dollars for it, sure. And I mean, I don't even know what Professor Bravestone means. I do not get that reference. Gonna have to look it up now. Jumanji. Played by The Rock, I'm in. 100%. I'm Professor Bravestone now. I'll take that. I'll be The Rock. %. So, extra virgin olive oil cannot cure the coronavirus. I mean, to be honest, I have no idea. I doubt it, considering Italy is one of the hardest hit areas, and that's where they make a crap ton of extra virgin olive oil. Italy. That's where most of it comes from. That's where they make it. Like, if you want the best extra virgin olive oil in the world, you go to Italy. So I really doubt that cures the coronavirus. Oh my God. Seriously doubt that one. That lady needs to think that one through. Checking back in with wrestling. All right. God, I just can't get over that. Like, there's I can get trying to figure out something else that would cure the coronavirus, but think things through, man. Extra virgin olive oil, Italy, come on. That makes just no sense. Could be tons of things. I doubt tons of things. They do have they've done research that have things that let me look up the malaria chloroquine. Yeah. Yeah, there's something called chloroquine that is malaria medicine that they've done some testing on with coronavirus, and it seems to have promising things. medicine that works. They did a drug trial for it. It's on. That's a possible one. Some French researchers have done it. Could be other things that are possible, but definitely not extra virgin olive oil. Hello, Janae. I don't know. Maybe elderberry. It's possible. Like I said, I have no real idea, to be honest. But tell Rico hello. He can tune in if he wants to. It's only, what is it? God, I'm surprised he's awake right now. If he's in California, it's 5 hours back, I think. No, that's fine. That's plenty of time to be awake. That wasn't like a late guy, anyways. I wonder where elderberry's from. History, habitat, that's what I want. Yeah, maybe, who knows? Like I said, I don't know. Like I said before earlier, there's the supercomputer basically did a test and found 77 different compounds that could potentially fight coronavirus. Do they? We don't know. That's why they got to do testing. Like I said before, hopefully it's pamplemousse LaCroix. Don't know. Could be elderberry, but it's definitely not extra virgin olive oil. To talk to JoJo about conditioning. Yeah, probably, as long as we're allowed to. We'll start conditioning up whenever we're allowed to have conditioning. Right now, if you guys don't know, school's completely closed. No conditioning, no sports, no nothing. Technically, people aren't supposed to be on school grounds at all. Like, you're not supposed to be anywhere near the school. So, don't go there. Stay home. Like, one of the things that I read in like some of the passion project submittals was like, I'm going to go hang out with a group of 15 friends. I'm going to go to this, do that, do everything here. Don't. Stay home. That's social distancing. Stay home. Don't do dumb stuff. Don't go around doing dumb things. Stay home. Distance yourself. If you're going out, stay 6 feet away from other people. Like I saw a video of kids doing jiu-jitsu yesterday. No. Don't do that. You shouldn't be going out, shouldn't be wrestling, shouldn't be doing all this stuff. Stay home. Satirical techniques. Are you allowed to just like copy and paste The Onion? Are you talking about like irony, sarcasm, exaggeration, hyperbole, contrast, all that kinds of stuff? Find examples online. Satire is one of the most commonly used stuff. Jiu-jitsu class with your family judges, completely fine. I'm talking about this was a group of kids who are definitely not basically family. Just going on Instagram Live doing jiu-jitsu with each other. Group like 5 kids. No, don't do that. You have to make fun of the government? Claire. That is literally theonion.com. Like, go on theonion.com. It's a good choice. It's a good website. I love The Onion. And look up examples, because they have so many examples of how to make fun of the government. Like, literally, right now, into a children's book, even better. Like, right now, if you don't know, one of the biggest things is that they briefed the Senate Intelligence Committee on what they thought was about to happen with the coronavirus, And like a couple of senators, instead of warning people about it, sold all of their stock because they knew that stock was going to plummet. So they made millions right before it goes down. So you don't want to necessarily do that. And you could do stuff like that and make it into the problem is I don't have very many children's books. You could do The Emperor Has No Clothes, but I'm assuming you probably already know that. Let me go to theonion.com and show you. What do you mean The Onion is blocked? Well, I guess if you're on your Chromebook, The Onion is probably blocked. That is probably true. But like, it's great satire. The Onion is one of my favorite websites because it like the idea behind satire is like you're proposing it as true, even though it's kind of blatantly false. Like Mark Twain, the god of satire and stuff like that. Like the big thing and the nice thing is Trump administration releases best case scenario projections for coronavirus, where 8 million Iranian people die. Obviously, not a good actual thing to happen, but Donald Trump and Iran not big friends of each other, so obviously a joke and not even related to the United States. Another one: Donald Trump seeks to stimulate economy by sending rare autographed photo to every American. Not true, but something you would admit jokingly that he might do because he's a narcissist. Things like that. Here's one about tons of stuff. So yeah, The Onion rules. I love The Onion so much. That and they have sports on it too, which is hilarious. Well, I mean, as much sports as you can have right now. Like they have like stuff like that's a good one. Tom Brady going, I want to thank all the insufferable New England fans for giving me a reason to get out of here. Haha, it's true though, Boston fans. Mr. Wetmore looking at you. No, just kidding. But for real, Patriots fans, come on. If Neil's in here right now, which I don't think he is, he'd be really mad at that comment. Who knows? It potentially could start clearing up naturally around that time, Chimera. We'll see what happens. I don't think there is a government conspiracy for the coronavirus right now yet, to be honest. Though I did make a joke about one where it was China created the coronavirus to ignore from the Hong Kong protests, but that's not real. That's not that big of a thing. It's not a big conspiracy right now. It is a virus. Viruses, like there's not really too many conspiracy theories around it, to be honest. To be completely truthful with that stuff. But who knows? There are tons of, if you would like to seek out conspiracy theories, that is one that honestly I joke. I'm surprised people didn't do for a passion project thing, because conspiracy theories are fun for kids. Like I know I said before, maybe or maybe not. When I was at Ocean Lakes for a year, I did U.S. history as a long-term sub, And after the SOL, I was like, all right, what do you guys want to learn? And they said the Illuminati. So I did a lesson on the Illuminati. And it was so boring because guess what? It's about basically the history of a fraternity and then how it went away because there's no real historical evidence. They control the world. Just a bunch of things in rap songs and dumb YouTube videos. Well, Jojo, there's a book about it because Wuhan, stuff like that, about 10 years ago is where SARS came from. Maybe less than 10, but around that time period is when there was a already thing coming from a similar area, northern China. So this is not uncommon. This is where even people sometimes, even though they call it the Spanish flu, think that there's even potential that it started in there, because the biggest issue with things starting in China is not necessarily the fact that it's not even that. It's the fact that pretty much there are so many people close together. That is what spreads illness fast. That is the bigger issue in China, is there's so many Chinese people. They're so close together that they cause illness spreads. Like I told you guys, when you're together in school and the flu spreads so fast, that is what happens. That is the issue. So that happens. So yeah, there is no evidence about the Bavarian Illuminati, sure. Whatever. Oh yeah, so if you guys don't know yet, your Chromebooks will pretty much be down from 5 p.m. to midnight tonight. They're doing an update or something with them. Why was there a bubble? So your Chromebooks will be down for a while. Just was told to me by my friend Mr. Sorry, who teaches at Bayside High School. Shouts out to Mr. Sorry. Yeah, the Chromebooks will be down from 5 p.m. till midnight-ish because of that. Yes, you have to work theoretically. You gotta get stuff done, but unfortunately they are... Let me pull up the email real quickly, see if I can actually tell you the exact reason. I just know they are. Oh, so pretty much they're doing some kind of testing on stuff. So the Department of Technology does not believe testing will take place until midnight, but wanted a large enough window to complete all testing. If teachers and students are already logged into their Chromebooks, they should not experience any issues, but some resources may not be accessible for a short period of time. So you will theoretically be able to use it for a little bit, but maybe not use everything on it. So you might not be able to use some of the resources, like Schoology might be down, or Clever or something like that. But you should be able to use probably, if you're doing a research paper, you should be able to do some research websites, should be able to do tons of stuff like that, and that will be what will help you get stuff done. So there, you can theoretically, as long as you're logged into your Chromebook, you should be good to go. Alright, I'm going for about... Google Drive is a probably. I don't know why Google Drive wouldn't work. Alright, it is apparently 1:05. Do you guys have any last minute questions, comments, concerns, anything like that before I start commenting on more passion project things. Again, for the passion project, I'm putting comments on them. You should answer those, not just resolve them and do nothing about it. So if I tell you your schedule needs to be fixed, fix the schedule. Like if it says, like some of you guys put stuff like, I'm going to sleep till 2 p.m. and do nothing else. Cool. Change the hours then. I don't care if you sleep till 2 p.m., but you gotta change the hours. And then what are you going to do from 2 p.m. to 2 a.m., I guess? Figure it out. That, you got to tell me how your project's going to show mastery. You can't just tell me, I'm going to use a Google slide. What are you going to do in that Google slide? How are you going to use it? How's it going to show your mastery? How are you going to show progression? Stuff like that. That's the kind of stuff I'm looking for. Then resubmit it. Hopefully, I've got about a pretty decent amount turned in, and keep adding comments. Turn them back in when you're done. All right. I'll go for about 4 more minutes. So if you guys have any last minute questions, comments, concerns, anything, just let me know. Last check-in for the virtual NCAA wrestling tournament. Hey, Virginia Tech 19th, just rude. I'm doing great, Shamira. Angelina, I'm actually pretty sure your comments just say your project's a good idea. Keep doing your stuff. If I had to be honest here, I'm pretty sure you had a really good one. I think you did. Oh my God, I don't want to lie to you. I can pull it up right now, but I'm pretty sure yours literally just says, keep doing you and do it. Well, I might have be lying. I'm looking at the wrong class. Looking at 1A, not 3A. Yeah, I didn't turn yours back in, so you're good. I think my comments literally are... Did it not leave the comments? Nope, yep, I pretty much said great, love the idea, work well. Rico, of course, coming in the last minute. The passion project, Rico, is while we're out right now, all we're doing is pretty much finding something you're passionate about. So it could be a guitar, could be cooking. I got lots of cooking. Could be painting and drawing. Got lots of those. And I want them to track their progress and what they're doing on it. I've had some do skateboarding, as long as they do it inside. Whatever you want to do. Or they can do research topics. Some want to do topics like looking up what a pandemic actually is, or looking up sports history. That's fine. Find something you're passionate about. Use skills you learn in school to attain knowledge for it, and get through it. We'll do weekly, or bi-weekly probably starting next week, reflections on what progress you've done, where we can go from here, and all this kinds of stuff. That's what the passion project is. I think it's going to be the best way to use your time because it helps create structure for you during this time period, because lots of kids don't have structure. They're like, what do I do? And if you don't put a structure, a schedule, and set it up and follow it for yourself, you'll go a little crazy. So make sure you're setting yourself up for success. All right, for real now, though, since it is 59 minutes, any more questions, comments, concerns, anything? If not, I'm probably going to peace out in a second. Oh, Rico with the curl on the toes again. All right, buddy. That will probably take not the time allotment that I've suggested, which is 1 to 5 hours a week. But sure, Rico, you can curl your toes all you want. All right. I will see you guys. I'm not going to do these on Saturday and Sunday. Just throw that out there now. So I will see you guys on Monday. See you later.